Going down to show you off. What? So the last one, this is the link, actually link in cover of our class guest star. Which is Miss Fikha. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down to you. So, okay, I think that's enough uh, for the CV introduction. So I'm just gonna give time to Mr. Release. So Mr. Release,
Thank you, Mr. Herdy. First of all, I'd like to say apologize for everyone that we used the newest link because we get the cyber attack from I don't know who they are from. I was like, why? It's the first meeting and people just came to us. And I was like, yeah, because I actually share it to the Facebook and I actually got some message from Zoom. They said that be careful, there might be some attack. And I didn't know that they attacked me just tonight. Wow. What a wonderful attacking. It means that my group is getting more viral. It's not about the debate of the president, but uh, it's much more than that. But we already get attacked from them. And thank you very much for Fikha and Fauzan who have just come to our meeting tonight. And of course, for everyone. So let me just spotlight to three of us. Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right, and of course, previously for Mr. Herdy who have introduced us. So what are we gonna talk tonight? So let me share. Hopefully some other people will also join with us soon. Yeah. So this is the topic for tonight. It's about IELTS speaking practice featuring Mr. Fauzan Muzakki, graduated from Netherlands, and also Miss Fikha Adelia, graduated from UK. And basically, when we want to talk about IELTS, as far as I could do, it's we need to think more in English, and then after that, we're going to speak in English. For you who probably don't really know what the IELTS is, so IELTS is actually divided into 3 sessions. Speaking test part 1, speaking test part 2, and speaking test part 3, including the introduction. So each participant will have the interview for about 13 until 15 minutes individually. So later on, we also will ask the experience from Ms. Fikha and Mr. Fauzan when they did the IELTS speaking test probably 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Let we double check when did they do the IELTS speaking test. So in IELTS speaking test, there are 4 criteria that you need to get the score from. So first, it's about fluency and coherence. How you actually can speak without noticeable effort to say something without too much things. I remember at this moment also, it reminds me of Mr. Fauzan. He likes to lie during his tests. Let me double check also for that one. And it's actually fine in IELTS speaking test because it's more about how you can deliver your thoughts rather than about right or wrong. And second, it's about lexical resource. It is related to the vocabulary. We do not need to expect advanced vocabulary much, but how can we flexibly use our advanced vocabulary in daily conversation so the examiner can understand what you want to say? And most of the time, if we can put some idioms on it, absolutely, you're going to get more than band 7 because but it doesn't mean that you're gonna speak with lots of idioms like jarjit in Ipin-Upin, because if you're gonna speak like all idioms, then you're gonna be a poet. You're not going to do the speaking test at that moment. And the third point is, of course, about grammatical range and accuracy, where we are getting the score from how accurate our grammar is. Most of the time when we speak, actually, we don't really care about it. However, this is the test. That's why the grammar is gonna be graded. And last but not least, it's about pronunciation. It doesn't mean that in IELTS you need to speak like Harry Potter. If you can speak like Harry Potter, then it's gonna be a benefit for you. But if you just speak like like the casual way to say, and it's fine. Pronunciation, it's about how clear you want to deliver your message to others. And then the score is about band 0 until band 9. So yeah, I'm sorry. So before you go to the IELTS examination, each of you will be asked to show your ID card or your passport to make sure that you're the one who will become the IELTS taker. And after that, the examiner might ask, why do you want to take the IELTS, and so on and so forth, before they begin the IELTS speaking part 1. In IELTS speaking part 1, it's supposed to be the easiest part. Why? Because it's all asking about you, yourself, your country. It doesn't really ask more than that. You might get questions about 6 until 12, and the question topics can be about your hometown, your childhood memories, or it can be also about your family and friends. And type of questions, again, the examiner doesn't have list of answers. Therefore, you need to be confident to mention your answers because the examiner only have list of questions. That's why later on I will say that if you lie, nobody really knows, because it's more about how fluent you say something to others, how how can you convince people with what you want to answer. Okay. And then what we actually should do and we shouldn't do in part 1 specifically. I said previously, confident is number 1, even though it's not part of the score. But if you can be confident, then you actually can meet any kind of native speakers. Both Fikha and also Fauzan, we will talk later on. They might probably met one of these native speakers when they studied with me. One of them or two of them probably have met each other. I don't know with Fauzan, because at that moment, I don't think that I already have the native speaker, but I forgot with that. Let me double check later on when I discuss with them. So therefore, because we meet the native speakers, most of the time we're gonna have less confidence because we meet with the real native speakers where the language comes from them. And that also goes to our excitement. Sometimes we can be really excited or less excited. Therefore, we also need to understand how flexible we use our vocabulary. It also relates to our pronunciation. If sorry to say that if you probably, let's say, come from Java Island where you have a thick accent, it's actually fine to say with your accent. However, your pronunciation or your accent, I mean, it will relate to how clear your message to the others. What you shouldn't do. Many people actually like to repeat the question. As far as you actually still feel confident with it, it's fine. But if you repeat the questions all the time, it's not gonna be good in terms of your vocabulary. For example, where is your hometown? My hometown is, what do you like about your hometown? I like my hometown because I don't say that they're not, they are bad or they are forbidden. But if you say that all the time, it will show that your lexical resource won't be that good. So another way to say, where is your hometown? You can say, I live in, so you don't repeat the question. Do you like your hometown? Absolutely. I love it. So it shows that how you can use some other words to describe things. And of course, be careful to go off the topic. When, for example, now I'm talking about speaking part 1, but then suddenly later on, I'm going to speak about IELTS speaking part 2. It doesn't really make sense. Or if you are really in the official test, you get questions about your hometown, but then you talk about your president or you talk about your governor. It's off the topic. Be careful with doing that. And we go to the IELTS speaking test part 2. In this IELTS speaking test part 2, unlike part 1, some people say this is the moment that they hate the most. Why? Because you need to speak for 2 minutes. For some people who don't like to speak, they would feel like, I hate this moment because I need to spare for 2 minutes in front of the stranger and tell about my personal experience. But for some people, it might be the easiest way. Why? Because you have 1 minute to prepare. And of course, this 1 minute, you cannot make a script like doing speech. It's more about how you answer the questions. The question examples will always look like this. You will always get some questions related to description. Describe some good news. Describe a place you have recently visited. Describe a member of the family you get on well with. And you always have some following questions with them. What we should do, what we shouldn't do. In speaking test part 2, you need to know that writing keywords are important. So you don't go off the topic. And of course, like I said, you do not write the speech notes, but it's more like how your answers can be answered well from your notes. You can also prepare the idioms. The idioms that I did during the official test, I usually always use the idiom which is a piece of cake, which means easy, and I can put them anywhere. And by going that, I got band 7 in my 3 out of my 4 tests. And I said before, if you do not want to share your personal experience, lie. What do I mean by lie in this case? You can use some other people experience without telling them that it's their experience. Rather than to say, if you get this topic related to describe a place you have recently visited and you didn't go anywhere. So what should you say? Should you just be silent? Of course not. You can just say something which you might storytell. I always say that part 2, it's about storytelling. What we shouldn't do, get panic. Some people usually get panic when they forget one word that they think it's very essential to be spoken. But sometimes it's also not that essential. It's normal if you actually forget words. I had an experience that one time I forgot the word floor. And it's an easy English word. And I suddenly forget, what do I say? Something that I step on every day, you know. I know in Bahasa, which is lantai. But suddenly I forget that word. And it's normal. Don't get panic if you lost word or you actually do not be perfect on something. And part 3, this is, I personally don't really like it because it's more about discussion. During this part 3, you might get some questions that will be interrupted by the examiner. The examiner, it's not going to judge you. He or she just wants to dig more about reasons because this is related to discussion. So the question might be longer. If you don't understand, ask. It will not make your score lower unless if you ask the repetition in all questions. Then you actually don't understand what the examiner asked. If you only just ask the examiner to repeat 1 or 2 questions, it's much better. And you don't need to mention like, can you repeat the question? It's okay. But you can also ask with different way. For examples, I'm sorry, can you say it again? Or another expression is, what was that, sorry? Another way is, could you say that again, please? So those are some other ways to get the examiner to repeat what they say because the questions are quite long. What we shouldn't do, listen for the questions, the keywords. And in this session, because it's discussion, we really need to give the detailed examples, reasons. In my second out of my 4 tests, I didn't do that. And it probably put my speaking score lower than it's supposed to be. At that moment, I only got band 6. Most of the time, I got band 7. But probably I didn't give any detail or examples and reasons in my third discussion. And the examiner, I felt afraid already because he has big body, tattoos on his body, and I felt insecure when I entered the room. So I already lost from the beginning of the test, actually. So what we also shouldn't do in part 3 specifically, it's fine to say the word I think, because most of the time in part 3, they will ask your opinion. But if you always say I think too much, again, it's repeating the same idea. What's another way to say I think? You can say I reckon. You can also say I guess so. As far as I know, I would say. So those are, you can also say in my opinion. That's the common way to say. But again, if you always say in my opinion, it's not forbidden to say I think or in my opinion, but it's gonna be not that be good if you repeat the same thing. Same like, oh, that's a good question. Of course, in IELTS, you'll get lots of good questions. That's why if you repeat the same phrase all the time, the examiner will feel like, yes, I asked you questions that of course would be good. So why do you always say the same thing? So that's actually about the sharing session about the IELTS speaking part 1, part 2, and part 3. But now I would like to ask the experience from, let's go by Mr. Fauzan first, about how did he feel about the IELTS speaking test that he did a few years ago. What do you think, Mr. Fauzan?
Well, first of all, hello everyone. My name is Fauzan. You can call
Hello.
me Ozan. Uh, okay. Yeah. Um, I did my IELTS test about 2019, 2018, no, 2019. I forgot.
Uh-huh.
I forgot about that. Well, talk about the speaking test. I think for me, uh, the good or bad in that in the success of speaking is start from how you open the door. So if you pour, so when you open the door with the trust in your heart, so it will go, yeah, in a good way, right? Well, as Mr. Dennis saying, I'm train myself as a liar because yes, yes, that's why. The reason is because I think I have difficulties in express my experience and and describe it in a English spoke way. I think so. I think act as a liar is a fit to me. So the way how I did it is when I was in Pare, I think I went to Pare to practice my IELTS. My teacher told me, if you want to be a liar in speaking English, just start discuss with a lot of people, guys. Hear their experience, and write it and repeat in your mind. So, and I remember that in the first session of speaking test, they my he he uh he asked about my family. I answer, my father is a rock star. Yes, because I master I think on that time a lot of vocabulary in music. So I just keep digging in the vocabulary, and yeah, and it's end well.
So, Mr. Fauzan, you
Mm.
mentioned that you went to Pare and
Yes.
you also studied with me. How long your IELTS preparation until you finally got your scholarship? And how important actually IELTS to study overseas?
Okay. Well, I remember that my aspiration was about I think 3 or 4 months. Yes. For all people, it's a pretty fast, but I think the basic things that you have to prepare is the foundation of English. I start hearing, learning, reading English start from I think 15 years ago. So is I think I read it maybe it's English literature, English news, and things like that. That give me a foundations in a vocabulary and in speaking as well. And three of my preparation IELTS is just to make it perfect. Yeah, I think it's not about the short or long way. Yeah, you prepare the IELTS test, but the importance, I think, maybe or the essential things is how you build the foundations and make the IELTS preparations to perfect your foundations.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Herdy. I want to, Mr. Fauzan, sorry. I would go now next to Miss Fikha. Miss Fikha, a similar question that I would like to ask you. How long did you prepare for IELTS? And then when you did the IELTS speaking test, was there any something unique or it just went smoothly? How was your experience when you did the speaking test, Miss Fikha?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Denis. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Fikha. So my experience, I think the first experience was when I joined your course with Bakti Nusa. So I was in the scholarship named Bakti Nusa, and Bakti Nusa is actually in partnership with Mr. Denis back then in 2021, actually. And then was it in May or June? May. It was in May. Okay.
Something around there, yeah?
Around there. Okay. So from May, so I graduated from my undergrad in April 2021, and then after I graduate, I realized that I want to go and get a master's degree for something that I'm actually digging right now as a profession, and also because doing a master's degree is something that logical, just like a logical consequence for me, because I just like learning basically. So what I did after I decided that I'm going to get a master's degree is fortunately I was in Bakti Nusa, and then I joined Mr. Denis' course. It was around May, and then at the same time I'm also doing some kind of like a speaking English IELTS circle with my friends. So I gather with some of my friends that want to get a master's degree too, and all of us are trying to get an IELTS test. So we meet around 3 or 4 times a week when it gets to October. So I registered myself that because I'm someone who needs deadline, and if I have the deadline, if I have the date of the test, it will drive me to really doing learning consistently, because the date is closer, and you know how IELTS test is not cheap. So you really don't want to waste that opportunity to really get into the test and doing your best in that test. So that's why I put it on October, because I really want to apply for all the universities at least on November, when all the IELTS document already ready. So I did a lot of speaking tests with my friends until we kind of like really feel like we don't want to talk anymore. It was really like nauseating. The process was, but then so I joined the English course with Miss Denis, and then I finished it around June or July. But then I continue with the English circle with my friends. But then we realized that we all of us never actually finishing IELTS test before, so we cannot really judge each other. And all of us feels like, who am I to judge you when I'm also someone who is going to take the test and I don't even know my score. So we decided to call Mr. Dennis again. So I asked him specifically to guide us for IELTS speaking and writing. For reading and listening, we feel that we can practice by ourselves. But then for speaking and writing, we really need feedbacks. So that's why we asked him again. And we had this second course, specifically for speaking and writing. It was in August, I think. August of September. I think it's around August. So I joined that one again. And then after I finished, I continue. I think when it finished, I already finished my test. Was it? I think it's on October. Yeah. So the last day of the course was when I finished the test. So the test was kind of very, I think I was very anxious back then because I felt like sometimes when you want to talk in English, it feels like you are not interesting enough as a person. And because your life is not interesting, so you don't have anything to tell actually. So when someone asks you about, so what have you been doing today? What I can answer is just like nothing. I, I mean, my life is not interesting enough, so I don't know how to tell my story. So that's why when at the test, it felt really anxious because, well, I don't know. I feel like I need to change. Like if I'm staying true to myself, I don't think I will be interesting or I will be okay enough to answer. But then that's not actually quite right strategy because it makes you tense a lot and it makes you really really focus on whether you said something right or wrong, and it will feels unnatural at all. So I will really I feel like I can perform better at my test back then, but then it's already in the past. I don't want to I don't want to experience it, or I don't want to pay more for that process. So and actually the score is actually quite all right to apply for universities. So yeah, I think that's one thing that is really important. It is when I think that my life is not interesting, so there's nothing to talk about, and I can't lie. Like like Mr. Fauzan, I don't think I can lie like you. So that's why it's kind of like a really how do I say it? It's like a really you need to really train that kind of skill.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Miss Fikha. A short question before I give back to Mr. Herdy. I'll go to Mr. Fauzan first. Mr. Fauzan, after you did the IELTS test and you went to Netherlands, my next question is how impactful the IELTS actually for your daily life in in IELTS. So I mean, like, how was the test impact your life? Was it useful enough or not that useful? What do you think?
Well, actually, the IELTS test in speaking IELTS test is like a foundation to communicate with people in Netherlands. But in reality, Netherlands is okay with breaking English, so you don't need to worry. If
So it's only the
you're wrong
ticket to enter, yeah? It's
yes,
the
it's
ticket
only
to
a ticket to
enter.
enter.
There you go.
When you enter the overseas, it's okay to use the break
There is
English.
no
It's okay.
guarantee if you speak like Ben 7, Ben 8, then I mean like
Ben 5 is okay.
Ben 5 is okay.
It's okay.
Alright. Thank you, Mr. Fauzan.
It's-
How
but
about
as long as the teachers or your friends understand, it's okay.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Is that also true in UK, Miss Fikha? Because UK people always say that, oh, I want to speak with British accent. What do you think with that, Fikha, Miss Fikha?
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do you don't need to do that. What you really need to do is basically IELTS speaking is very useful in academic environment. basically because the structure itself really helps you with academic writing and speaking, because the structure of how you should talk is just based on the academic writing, how you should like start from the introduction and then elaborate and stuff. It's really good for academic environment. But then when you are talking in day-to-day basis, what you really need to have is actually a listening comprehension, because
Yes.
British in day-to-day lives,
It has many different accents.
difficult, and they have a lot of slangs. So when they talk, and like, so I volunteer at a church, and it's really different, the English that they use in academic environment, because all the lecturers, maybe they are trained or already used to the way of speaking that is clear and easily understood. But then when you talk to the locals, it's quite different. They talk fast, they use slangs. Sometimes when I listen to them, it was just like, okay, what's the keyword? So I can kind of like retell the keyword, so I can show them that at least I listen. And then the conversation can go on from there. But then it's not really, they're not really like picking, like cherry picking on your vocabulary, not really, as long as they understand. But then that's it. In the British society, at least you really need to have this kind of listening ability. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Fikha and Mr. Fauzan, because time is already 8:10. So I'm gonna give the session back to Mr. Herdy. So Mr. Herdy, if the participants wanna ask to three of us, they can. Please, Mr. Herdy, I give the moderator back to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Denis. Okay, everyone. We just seen the presentation and presentation from Mr. Denis and Mr. Fauzan. And if there are some of you wanna ask something to one of them, so please raise your hand, please. Okay, starting from Miss Alfira. Miss Alfira, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Herdy, and for wonderful presentation, and also sharing from Mr. Dennis, Mr. Fauzan, and Miss Fikha. Long time not see.
Long time no see.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm not yet get the scholarship. Yeah, but yeah, I just want, can you give some motivation, because actually for I like math, but I don't like language, and it is very difficult for me. I did twice time to the test IELTS. The score is increased, but yeah, I need more score for scholarship in abroad. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard for me because I'm full-time work, and also I don't have some Miss Fikha said for reading and for listening, yeah, we can do it by ourselves, but it's really hard for me, and my score is from reading and speaking is not quite hard, quite high, but yeah, I still learn, but sometimes because I'm sport oriented, when I get in the process of getting score, when I get like in listening, my score is not good, or in the reading, sometimes it's make me, oh, I'm not capable, and I just sometimes yeah, not motivated again. Yeah. How can you give some experience to maintain your motivation, even though in the process you feel the progress is little and you need more score? Yeah, can you give some tips for me, yeah, Miss Fikha and Mr. Fauzan? Thank you very much, or Mr. Dennis too. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Go ahead, Miss Fikha, go ahead, and after that, Mr. Fauzan.
Okay. The motivation. I think the motivation is to see that IELTS is actually a bridge for something bigger. So I usually have, of course, when we want to get a scholarship and we want to get a master's degree or get like a getting into universities in abroad, that's a big dream. But then we need to get past the IELTS test first to get into there. So what we need to motivate ourselves is this is just a bridge. This is just a like a milestone to get there. So if we lose in this milestone, then how about this bigger dream that we need to achieve? So there is something bigger that we need to achieve, and this one just we need to achieve this one at least as a milestone. And then I'm also someone who really gets into the mood if I'm studying with friends or if I have a circle like this. So I think your decision or how you can come here and then try to learn with everyone is something that is actually work for someone like me too, because without my English circle, I don't think I have a lot of confidence, and I don't think I have a lot of energy to really spend a lot of time for IELTS preparation. And then what else? I think really focusing on our dream and seeing this as a milestone. And then what you said earlier when you said that there is an improvement, but just little. Well, at least there is an improvement. And you should celebrate that, right? You should really be happy about this little improvement because this really what keeps us going. At least we improve. And that's really good. That's really good. Semangat.
Thank you, Miss Fikha. How about Mr. Fauzan, please?
Yeah. Well, basically, basically, to maintain the motivations for me is simple. I remember that the main aim I learned English and go to the IELTS test is I just want to touch and feel how snow's like. That's a simple thing. So on that things, I use all of my resource. I remember that my ex-girlfriend's also as a resource. I talk with her in English every day. I beg to him. I ask him, please call me in English. Call me in English. Yeah. And I also, yeah, make that the aims to, yeah, to write and so hard to finish all of Cambridge books from first to 14th editions. Just to want to go to Netherlands and see and look how snow's like. Yeah. How freeze it, how cold is. Yes. What if I pour a syrup to snow? Tastes like. Just I want to do that. That's simple. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Fauzan. Miss Afira, we can talk at home lah. So I give back to Mr. Herdy.
Thank you very much for the sharing motivation from both of you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Mr. Albert. So there is a question from Mr. Genta. So Mr. Genta, time is yours. Go ahead.
Okay. What I want to ask is, what's the biggest obstacle that you have gone through in the foreign, like when we get there, this is just a stepping stone, yes, the IELTS. But when we get there in the foreign country, in the unknown, something that we don't used to, how we can overcome that, and what is your biggest obstacle and how to get around it. Thank you.
Mr. Fauzan first, and after that, Miss Fikha. Go ahead, Fauzan.
Well, can you describe more about the unknown? It's like what's unknowns for you?
For me, the unknown is something that I don't want to know, something I'm afraid to know. That is the unknown, because what in the meaning, the word meaning, the unknown is something that we don't know, but something what I don't know, I can search for it, I can learn from somewhere. So the unknown for me is something that I'm afraid to know, so I don't want to know. That is the unknown for me.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, based on the reasons that the way I overcome it is I try to not encapsulate myself to the afraid. Start open the mind, circle yourself with the good friends, good buddies, good lectures, talk with them. Or sometimes you can just travel around. Yeah. When when you think you're afraid, you have to check is to be brave. Yeah.
Thank
Don't
you.
put
Anything else?
don't put too much to the afraid. Yeah, you have start to one step, and it will go smooth lah.
Thank you, Mr. Fauzan. Miss Fikha, go ahead.
Well, it's kind of a difficult question, but then I think what I don't want to know and I'm kind of like struggle to acknowledge is the fact that I was struggling with writing. Because in Indonesian writing, when I'm writing in Indonesian, because I really love writing. So my undergrad was visual art. So expressing myself with words, with a lot, with various languages is some kind of like my forte, something that I really love. But then when I get into academic writing, in my program, there is a professor, there is a lecturer that he actually encouraged us to write more creatively in academic settings, which is creative writing is really what I do. But then when you're someone who came from creative writing, trying to write academically, or it's much easier for me if they told me that I need to stick with conventional academic writing. That's perfectly fine. Then I just going to change my mode. But then if they ask me to mix this mode of writing, it's really confusing because you know how creative writing and academic writing have some kind of like difficult boundaries, like differences between each other. But then if you try to mix it, you don't even know the boundaries. Like how is it creative but still academic? And I was really struggling a lot because I really want to achieve my lecturer's expectation. So, and because, well, I feel like this is my responsibility as someone who came from creative undergrad program to really write academically, but also creatively. But then I feel like another thing that I feel like I don't have a voice. Like so it's going to be very artistically it's very artistic thing. But then when I write something, I feel like I need to have my own voice in that writing. But then when I write academically, it doesn't feel like myself. It doesn't sound like myself. It sounds like any other academic, which is I feel like I want to give a more personal touch on that. But then I struggled a lot when doing that. So I kind of like gave up in that and just like nah, just write academically, that's fine and stuff. But then like it's kind of like a fact that I don't want to acknowledge at first that I'm really struggling at that. And it saddens me a lot because if you don't really write good, then it really impacts your grade. And I'm someone who feels like I can do good academically, but then I realized that it really hinders how I can achieve things. So I think the things that unknown is not really something that is really unknown or foreign for me, but something that I don't know that this is actually a challenge. Something that I don't know that this is actually something that I need to deal with. So I think that's, and what I did is basically lowering my expectation and kind of like really asking questions to the people, like ask my lecturer about what is their expectation for me, what is the boundaries and stuff, and really trying to practice again and again, which I'm still searching until now, what kind of voice that I have in English, and how do I can write creatively but also academically, which is something that is always confusing until now. But then it's something that I just enjoy it. At least there are a lot of things other that challenge that you actually enjoy when you did your master's degree. And I actually achieve a lot of things that I want to achieve by getting a master's degree. So I think that's fine. It's just like a lot of more like make peace with myself, I guess. Sorry if it gets really difficult, but then it really if we talk about something that I fear and something that I have difficulties to acknowledge, it's that one.
Thank you, Miss Fikha. I'll give it back to Mr. Herdy.
Okay, Mr. Dennis, is there anyone who wanna ask something to Miss Fikha, Mr. Fauzan, Mr. Dennis? Please place your hand to ask. Okay, if there is no one to ask something to them, so yeah, so I think I just give it back to Mr. Dennis. Okay, Mr. Dennis.
Thank you, Mr. Herdy. After this, we actually will go to breakout rooms. But there is a new session tonight. So for the presenters and moderators, we'll get a certificate. So for me and Mr. Herdy, we'll get the certificate later on after 9. But for our guest speaker tonight, Mr. Fauzan and Miss Fikha, we're gonna take a group picture first. So I'm gonna share screen. First for Mr. Fauzan. Hang on, sorry. Let me share screen. Okay, this one. Mr. Fauzan, is everything correct? Your spelling? Okay. Miss Elvira, would you mind helping us to take a picture? So let me spotlight for Mr. Fauzan and Mr. Acep. Is it possible for you to turn on camera as well, Mr. Acep, or it's not possible? Okay, it's fine if Mr. Acep's not there. So at least there is me. Oh, there you go. Mr. Acep is there. Wait. Let me spot. Okay, Miss Elvira, would you mind helping us to take a picture? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think you can full screen if you can. Or
Full screen. How can I do that?
Or you can. I think it's enough. It's enough.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Is it okay now?
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, now I go to Miss Fikha, yeah?
Sorry. Oh, wait. No. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I copy first. Sorry.
Yes. Sure.
Wait a minute.
Okay. And I prepare for Miss Fikha.
Okay. Sorry. This group. Okay. Yes. And one again. Before we this Fikha. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Aku
Alright.
juga mau dipoto.
Yeah. My son's just saying something.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Aku kok lagi foto.
Ya nanti.
Okay, so now let's take a group picture for everyone.
Sini. Nyalain lampunya.
Let's take a group picture for everyone. So if you all can turn on your camera, we get the picture first. Yeah. Let's take a group picture. 3, 2, and 1. Kakak buruan mau foto di mana? Kak?
Sini.
Oh yeah, you can hear my voice. Yeah, I forgot to turn off. Okay, let's take a good picture. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let me take Sorry, yeah, it's a family thing tonight, Saturday. Okay, thank you very much for Miss Fikha and Mr. Fauzan. For others, we are going to put you into breakout room. If Miss Fikha and Mr. Fauzan wants to stay, you may. But if you have another activity like Miss Fikha, you may leave. It's fine. But let me just introduce speaking practice group, especially for people who have just joined. So this is our speaking practice group Instagram. Let me share screen first. So this speaking practice group is created by Leaders English and also me and also by Fans Millennials. And in this case, I got help from Mr. Herdy. We always meet every week. It's supposed to be by Sunday evening, but because you know that tomorrow there will be presidential debate, so I don't think many people will come. So we move it to Saturday. We don't know in the future. For all the participants that have joined our WhatsApp group, also we might give you some questionnaire later on, but because this is New Year, but our questionnaire has not yet finished. So you probably can see that, oh, I get bored if it's every week about presentation. How if we talk about IELTS simulation? How if we talk about games? How if we talk about just discussion? So the questionnaire will be sent to the WhatsApp group soon. And also, I'm so sorry again for the link. I might change because I actually just got the email from Zoom that they reminded me. They said that you post the information to public. Be careful, you might get some intruders, and it happened. So I deeply apologize for, especially for Ms. Fikha and also Mr. Fauzan and also everyone. So since we already got our presentation finished, we are going to go to breakout room. If you want to leave, you may leave right now. If you want to stay, you may stay right now. So what we are going to do in the breakout rooms, I'm gonna pair you up. And you can talk about IELTS, you can talk about everything, but you will be there for 15 minutes. Thank you for Mr. Fauzan, sure. So just want to double check. Mr. Fauzan, are you gonna stay or are you gonna leave? Just want to double check.
I will stay a bit.
Okay, good. Miss Fikha, are you gonna leave? Like what you say? No. Oh, yes. Okay. Take care, Miss Fikha. You may leave. Thank you very much. So I would put you all into breakout rooms. There are like 16. Let's go by 9 people and 8 groups. In this first group, in this breakout room, you cannot choose your partner, but I will choose it for you. But the next time you can choose your partner. So okay, I will create 8 breakout rooms. And in the breakout rooms, you will talk for about 15 minutes. Yeah. Let me tell you who's your partner for this first time. Mr. Genta will be with Mr. Kaifa. Miss Elvira will be with Miss Khairunisa. Mr. Fauzan Muzakki will be with Miss Aisha. Mr. Herdy Martin will be with Miss Prapti. Miss Optimus Prime will be with Mr. Regi. Mr. Gifari will be with Mr. Medi. And Miss Ina will be with Mr. Torik. You will stay in the breakout room for 15 minutes. And I open our room starts from now. Yeah, you
I was so
supposed
busy.
huh? You're so
Yeah, I
busy,
was
yeah.
so busy actually, so I couldn't join the session.
It's okay, it's okay.
So sorry.
No, it's fine. Our session is, like people can come, people can go, it's fine. You supposed to be with
Gifari, I think.
Mr. Gifari, but I think Mr. Gifari has a problem with the internet. So if I put you into main room, is that okay? I think Mr. Gifari is still in main room.
It's okay.
Okay, I'll put you into main room, yeah, and I'll make sure Mr. Gifari is on. If Mr. Gifari not on, then we're gonna talk together in this room.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so I'll put you into main room. Okay. Gifari. Okay. Mr. Gifari is not there, but we have Miss Alda. Miss Alda, can you hear my voice? Hello? Miss Alda, can you hear my voice? Check, check. Miss Alda, can you hear my voice? Miss Alda Anggini, can you hear my voice? Hello? Check, check.
Hello, Kak Denis.
Okay, okay. So Miss Alda can talk to Mr. Mehdi, yeah? Go ahead, Mr. Mehdi. I will move to another room. Okay. Mr. Mehdi, are you
Okay.
there? Mr. Mehdi?
Thank you.
Okay, please.
Okay. That's Dennis. Thank you. Hi, Miss Alda.
Hello.
Hi, Indah.
Hi,
Good
sir.
evening. How are you?
Ini pakai
Good?
bahasa Indonesia aja.
No. Now it's the English time. How are you tonight? Good?
Okay, so I have after already working, sir. At finish at
7, 8,
sir, 16 p.m.
16.
And after that, I shopping some hijab,
I see.
and after Maghrib, I'm preparing my scholarship in Hafiz, sir.
I see.
Yeah, not complete, sir, here.
Right,
And
right.
I'm writing my recommendation letter.
Recommendation letter.
And yes, and upgrade my CV.
Oh, very nice.
And I researching about my major in university in study abroad, sir. And yeah, preparing my speaking and for tomorrow to meet you, sir.
Yes.
Learning to sir.
What time do you have time tomorrow, Indah?
So
what time do you have time tomorrow?
I think maybe when
sorry, say it again. Say it again, Indah. The internet is up and down. Can you say it again?
When, sir?
Okay. How about, do you have time at 10, Indah? 10 a.m.? Hello, Indah, can you hear my voice?
I have, sir.
Okay. So we study tomorrow at 10 a.m., yeah?
Yes.
Good. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I will also share the recording. The recording for tonight.
About grammar?
Yeah, about grammar. We will talk about grammar tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, yeah?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
And for tonight,
Okay,
because
sir.
you came late, I will share the recording file. I will share the recording file so you can watch. You can rewatch the meeting for tonight. So Indah bisa tonton lagi. Karena Indah datang terlambat tadi kan. Tadi pas presentasinya udah selesai, Indah. This is only just for the breakout room for now, and we talk to people.
Oh.
So, is this the first time for you to join this group?
So, sorry, sir, your voice
not clear, yeah.
My connection.
I think your connection. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? I will close my camera. It's okay.
Yes.
Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice clearly? Okay. Actually, the speaker is your senior.
Now.
Yeah. Senior in Bakti Nusa. Her name is Fikha. Do you know Miss Fikha?
Yes.
Fikha Adelia?
Yes, I know, sir.
Yeah.
I meet her.
You already met her? You already met Fikha?
Yes, I have, sir.
Online or face-to-face?
In virtual meeting, sir.
Virtual meeting, yeah.
In webinar.
In webinar, yeah.
Yes, in
Later on, I will share the video because she shared about the IELTS preparation and life in UK actually. Just before you came to this meeting. So yeah. So tomorrow we will
thank you
study
so much,
about
sir.
yes, no worries. Sorry, can you hear mine again? The internet connection, it's up and down in the
Yes, sir.
your internet connection in
Oh,
the
my
internet
connection.
yeah, because it's red. It's red here.
Maybe
It's okay.
because I use this Wi-Fi in cafe, sir.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's okay.
I use Wi-Fi in cafe. I will change my signal in my
Sure.
cellular data.
Cellular data, yeah? It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So, sir, is have finished for
Not yet,
this
not yet,
group
not yet,
discussion?
not yet. The session of the presentation finished. The session of presentation finished. But now is the session for pairing group. Since everyone already pair, so you are pair with me. Your partner is me. But after this, you will be this you will be partner with someone else, not with me anymore. Not with me anymore. So, you can talk about everything like life, but basically, it's about speaking English. It's about speaking English.
Sir.
Is this the first time for you to join this group?
Yes.
Oh, the first time, yeah.
Maybe yes, sir. Because every night, yes, in my dormitory, always have schedule for to
remember
Quran, sir.
Oh yeah, that's good then when you memorize
Yes,
Quran.
sir. So I can have any time. I can have time speech. Sorry, yes, sir.
Yeah, speak, yeah.
Weekend.
Oh, I see.
Sir.
Yeah. How many Jews have you memorized in that?
It's just little, sir.
It's okay. It's okay. I do not even memorize Quran.
Under 10, sir.
Under 10. Ooh, that's good. I don't remember even one Jews. I don't have capability with that. So far, I only memorized for one. No, not even just 30. So you are much better than me.
Oh no, sir. No. Is I still learning about my skill language, English and Arabic and the other. But I feel I'm still younger. And
Yes.
I want to explore my word is sir.
Yeah.
Penyesalan apa sih?
Say it again.
Penyesalan bahasa Indonesia apa?
My regret.
Oh, I wanted to replay my regret yang lalu.
Yeah, that's why you want to study English more, yeah?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Okay.
Yes, sir. Mohon doanya, sir.
Sure. Yeah. I will. I'm sorry, last week I was not in my best condition, but tomorrow, inshallah, I can study with you, yeah, at 10 a.m. I will share the link for you.
Okay, sir.
Okay. It seems that no worries. We will be back to the main room, and you will be partner with someone else after this, yeah? Okay, no worries.
Sir, my English is so bad.
No, it's okay. This speaking practice group is for people who actually want to speak from basic. So it's totally fine, Miss Indah. Don't worry. About 14 seconds, we will go to the main room. Nice talking to you, Indah. Don't go anywhere, yeah, because I will pair you up with someone else after this.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay. welcome everyone in the main room. I'm sorry that for Mr. Mehdi and Miss Alda, probably you both in the main room before. So now we are going to put you again into breakout room. But for this session, you can choose your own room. But remember, if the room is already if it's already 2, you cannot be there anymore. Yeah. So because we have 17, so if there are 2 people, you cannot be there anymore. Yeah. So I will open the breakout rooms, but I will change the allow participants to choose room. Okay. Let me double check, yeah. Okay, automatically move all selections to main meeting. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So here is I open all rooms. Okay. Yeah. Can you, oh, wait. Oh, no. I made a mistake.
Sorry, Mr. Dennis.
It's okay, Miss Aisha. I made a mistake.
Oh,
I made a mistake. I don't know
okay.
how. Last time it worked well, but now I cannot. Just a moment. I will. I think that I will just pair you up again with someone else because I have problem to make the free room. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. The first day. Okay. Hopefully everyone's in. Okay. 14, 15, 17. Okay. Let me recreate, and then you will be. So I'm sorry, you cannot choose your room. I will choose it for you, yeah. So because I have problem here. In room 1, there will be Mr. Genta and Mr. Regi. In room 2, there will be Miss Elvira and Miss Indah. In room 3, there will be Miss Aisha and Miss Fawantina. In room 4, there will be Mr. Mehdi and Mr. Fauzan Muzakki. Room 5, there will be Miss Prapti and Mr. Torik. Room 6, there will be Mr. Herdy and Mr. Kaifa. Room 7, there will be Miss Alda and Miss Khairunisa. And the last room, Miss Ina and Optimus Prime. You will have 15 minutes to discuss. You can talk about everything. You can talk about IELTS. 15 minutes to open all rooms begin now. We're waiting some others first, yeah? Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to the main room. So it's already 15 minutes times 2 for you to talk with your partners. And previously, if you joined the presentation from me, Mr. Fauzan and Ms. Fikha, you probably also did that already. So after this, we still have about 6 more minutes. we are going to choose the new moderator and new presenter. But before that, I would like to ask Mr. Fauzan first. Mr. Fauzan, so this is usually for everyone who becomes a speaker. Can you tell us again, for you, what is the best way to prepare your IELTS? I mean, what should you do to prepare it? That's my last question for you. For your last statement, probably, please.
What's the last statement?
For this
Well,
meeting tonight.
last statement is like I will die.
Not for you to die.
Well, to prepare the presentation, I think you have to build your foundation first. From now, who never touch English literature, start now. Read everything in English, hear everything in English. Yeah. Or if you want to go maybe like not like a French, yeah, you start the French songs and or anything in native language that you want to pursue. Yeah. I started 15 years ago and the result is today. So I think if you start early or you can got it, you can master it early too. But you can apa ya? You can like skip it that time. You don't need to learn for 15 years as me. As long as you have a strategy, as long as you have teammates, as long as you have like inner motivations or yeah, in my case have a simple motivation to go abroad, or maybe you want to go abroad not for study or not for study but not for working, but use the simple motivations to improve your English, to improve other not only English, other skills. Yeah, like me, I would just want to know about snow, but I never felt in Indonesia. I used that to go to Netherlands, to pursue the Netherlands, and I got it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fauzan. Okay. So then I just want to show the certificate for Mr. Herdy. So since Mr. Herdy becomes the moderator tonight, let's take a group picture, Mr. Herdy. Miss Elvira, can you please help me to retake the picture, please?
Okay. And you want to with Mr. Acep too? Or?
I don't think Mr. Acep still here.
Oh, okay,
He's
okay.
already
For
leaving.
now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay just for me and Mr. Herdy.
Okay. I want to take a picture.
Please.
1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. One
And
minute. Yeah.
I don't think I need my certificate, yeah.
But you can, yeah, just for documentation is okay.
Okay, sure, sure. Yeah. Just a moment. I don't know whether I already downloaded or not. Wait, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me stop share first. And let me. Okay. Yeah. All right, just a moment, Miss Elvira.
Or I can share to.
No, I have already downloaded. Okay. You may take a picture of mine, please.
Oh, spotlight.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Mr. Herdy is removed to spotlight.
Already. So let me take yeah.
Oh yeah, alone, you alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just take me alone. Sure.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now we still have some more minutes. Next week, that's but before that, sorry, I think there are new participants. Let us welcome them first. First is, I think, Miss Alda. Miss Alda, is this the first time for you to join this group?
Yes, right.
Would
Mr.
you
Dennis?
please introduce yourself and how do you know this program from, please?
I think it's a very cool and very good. I can improve my English, right?
Okay. How do you know this program from?
What?
How do you know this meeting from?
From my friend.
From your friend. Okay. Hopefully you
Yeah.
may join again next week, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss
Inshallah.
Alda. We also have Miss Indah. Miss Indah, can you please introduce yourself and tell us how do you know this program from, Miss Indah? Miss Indah Sundari? Miss Indah, can you hear my voice? Okay, probably Miss Indah's not there yet. Let me move to Miss Dila. Miss Dila, is this the first time for you also to join our group?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Okay, would you mind introducing yourself and how do you know this program from?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Hello, my name is Dila, and I know this program from the Learn English group, and someone just like throw the link in there, and I just like join. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Dila. Although you just came like 3 minutes before, yeah, but thank you for coming anyway.
Okay.
And also, I believe that Mr. Reggie, is this the first time for you?
It's my second time maybe.
Oh, it's your second time. All right.
Yeah.
No worries then. Thank you very much for joining again.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
you
thank you.
who haven't joined our WhatsApp group, you may join our WhatsApp group in that link. But I think from next week, I will also not open everything for, I will make sure that the link will not go publicly, because if it goes publicly, I feel deeply apologize for the previous session before. Okay, let's just directly choose the next speaker for next week. Does anybody want to be a speaker for next week? You can talk about everything. Let me ask you.
Mr. Denis, can I be the speaker since we have discussed in our committee group before?
Sure, you can be the speaker, Mr. Herdy. Very nice. Okay, so the speaker will be Mr. Herdy. Does anybody want to be a moderator? Anyone wants to be the moderator?
I think I will try, Mr. Dennis.
Very
Of course,
nice. Mr. G will become the moderator.
because
And
last time I got sick.
oh, yeah. How's your condition now, Mr. G? Is it everything good?
Much better, much better.
Alhamdulillah, glad to hear that. So before we finish, we're gonna take the group picture again. Next week, it's still done. Yes, Miss Aisha.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Dennis. Could you send the whole PowerPoint that you just
Sure, I will. Yeah. And also, you
Thank you so
don't
much.
need to. This meeting is recorded, and later on, Miss Elvira will put it into YouTube, so you can rewatch the video if you join the WhatsApp group. Yeah. So.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
So if you come late, you can still watch the video. Yeah. And what else? Yeah, I think that's all. So next week the speaker will be Mr. Herdy, and the moderator will be Mr. Genta. And as I told you, there will be a questionnaire soon. So you know that our speaking practice group, it's almost 3 years now. So I want to hear your inputs. So probably before next meeting, you will get the questionnaire soon. Let's take a group picture again. If you can turn your camera on, you may turn your camera on, please. Okay. Let me count for 5 seconds. Yeah, let me count down for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a great time. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.